Broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello and welcome to our holiday series. My name is Tina Bradford and I will be your trainer on this call. Brian and I will be going back and forth throughout these calls, helping you learn Mortgage Coach and hopefully increasing your paycheck. Before I get started, I always like to know who's on the call with me. You have your go-to webinar control panel, and in there in the bottom is the little question area. If you can just type in what company you're with and where are you located in the U.S. down in that little area. So let me know what company you're with and where are you located in the U.S. Thank you. We have People's Home Equity, AMC Mortgage, Churchill, GreenPath, Fairway in Boston, another Fairway in Salt Lake City, Annex Home Loans, First Commerce. So as you can see, we have a vast majority of different lenders on this call. But the great thing is, regardless of what company you're with, everyone should be very familiar with how Mortgage Coach can actually help you give yourself a pay raise. So as a loan officer, many times we are out there and we are giving so many tools now in the industry. We have to decide which one of those tools are the tools that are going to be most effective for us. First, I'm going to go through a little bit on why you should be choosing Mortgage Coach as one of those tools that you're giving. Hold on one moment. Someone's having an audio problem. Anyone else have an audio problem? Looks like we're all good. Let me have him restart really quick. Perfect. Thank you, Ron, for your verification. I'm good. Okay, let's go ahead and start with the why Mortgage Coach when you come to choosing those products. So all of you are very familiar with the Mortgage Coach experience. And let me just see really quick by hands and leave the hands up. Have you used or are you currently using Mortgage Coach? So raise your hand if you have used or are currently using Mortgage Coach. Leave them up in the air after you raise them so I can see how many people on here are current members using Mortgage Coach every day in your practice. So it looks like probably only about a fourth of you are really using it. So when you go in and you're given all these different choices on all of these different ones that you have that can be used, we have so many resources that go beyond just our Mortgage Coach applications. And one of them is our YouTube channel. So if you are new to the industry, at the end of the call, I'm going to show you a new mortgage lender playlist that really covers the ins and outs of mortgage lending. Number one thing when you do come into a business, and anyone in the business will know, only about 10% of people make it in the industry, because the old way is just to put someone in the industry and you've got to learn the ropes pretty much yourself. Well, we here at Mortgage Coach think that there are some great people out there that should be lending that are not, because they're not being taught. So we want to make sure that if you are one of those people that aren't doing as well, that we can help you increase your own productivity. So we are very strongly based on the fact that we want to make sure that you are educating families. Number one reason that the company was created was we have a vast interest in educating your clients. And the old way, as we all know, whether it's fee sheets or Excel worksheet, however it is that you're disclosing to the clients the loan fees, is not the way that's educating them. They can't easily compare loan scenarios. So with Mortgage Coach, you do have that value where you can easily compare payments, you can compare closing costs. Everything can simply be compared next to each other. Now, it's not just us that thinks we have a great product, because we can all say we're the best loan officer, but USA Today did rate us as number one. But my problem with USA Today is they're not lenders. So 34% of the top loan officers out there in the business use Mortgage Coach with every single deal. And that's the top 1%. So we're doing something right, helping them increase their performance. And I do see there are several questions being answered in there. I want to make sure you know I will be addressing them, but afterwards, I want to make sure I get all of this in there. So we are focused on making sure that you are capturing the buyers. One of the areas that we see a lot of loan officers missing is 16% of people in your past client pipeline refinance, pull out cash, do something with their house equity or mortgage every single year. If you're not pulling in 16% of those people in your past book of business, then you're losing out 16% of business right there alone. We also help people with conversion, and that's where we're coming in today. On this ROI presentation, I'm going to show you how much you could be making if you're using Mortgage Coach with every single presentation. And the loan officers that do use Mortgage Coach tend to get more 5-star reviews when they're being reviewed, whether it's on Yelp or Facebook, wherever you're having those reviews done. Not only that, they tend to get twice the referrals from realtors. So if you are in a business and you're trying to pull those realtors in, loan officers using Mortgage Coach are seeing 2 times the referrals from realtors. As well as you are needing to go to your branch managers less, asking them for exceptions. So you won't have the same amount of exceptions that you had previously, because you're able to explain exactly what each of those costs are in a more simple format. So here at Mortgage Coach, we found that there's 6 basic things that we can really focus on to help you guys move your business forward. And that's the ability to share the report, to add videos, to really track what's going on, easy to read information. Actually, people are able to retain 16% more information up to 3 days afterwards after looking at a Mortgage Coach presentation, as well as the ability to highlight real time and drive your clients through the presentation. And any updates you make on your side are instantly updated on your client's side. So that involves all of these information that I've already put in there that you're going to see overall an increase in your ROI. Now, we did throw in education. We constantly are helping you out in the company, making sure that you guys do understand what is going on or how you're able to move forward. One of the programs that we have coming up or we have going on with Dave is that 5 calls with realtors to bring in realtor-based business. So this again is our YouTube channel. So let's go ahead and move over to that ROI information, because more likely most of you have not seen this information before and you don't understand how it can project and how it will end up helping you in the long run. So let me pull up this next window. So we know that every company, there's typically different types of loan officers. So I'm just going to quickly go through these presentations, but you will see that ROI information pulled in here. So we all typically have that Tina top performer. We all know them. They're the person getting all the awards. They're going on all the business trips. Well, they typically close approximately 150 loans per year. And they're typically more experienced. They have a large book of business, probably even referral based at this time. Income around $375,000. Well, based on our calculator, even those large performing officers, let's move it back. There we go. Even those large performing officers, we can see the closed loans up here at 150. But Tina actually pulled 600 credit reports that last year. So based on that 600 credit reports, 150 loans closing, she has lost 450 of those loans. Now we know several of those loans are unfundable, whether it's bad credit, high DTI, something has happened and you just can't fund the loans. And we've taken that into consideration. So we're going to say 75% or about 337 of those loans just couldn't be funded. And Tina did her job, but she couldn't fund those loans. So 112 of them, they went somewhere else. we're seeing on those 112, if Tina performed and showed Mortgage Coach with every presentation, that she's actually able to capture about 25% of those loans. In this case, 25 is about 28 more loans, and if she was making 250 or 2,500 per loan, she would make an extra $70,000 per year. So let's go move forward to the next one. And Mike Middleton, again, Mike Middleton is your average loan officer, making just over $100,000 a year, probably in the business for a while. He's busy, he's working, and we can see he does not pull nearly as many credit reports, only about 205, and he closes 50, about a fourth of them. But unfundable loan opportunities that he's lost out is about 38, 39 loans. So if you add that 38, 39 loans, multiply it times the amount that you make per loan, based on 250,000, or 2,500, he is actually would increase his revenue almost 1/4%. So 24,000. We have Patrick part-timer, same thing we're seeing. He doesn't close many loans. However, the loans that he does close, he could get an extra 6 loans, which is about 14,000 for him per year. As a part-time employee, that would be a great increase. So let's go forward and let's say, what if it's you? So what if you're out there in the market and you are wanting to see how much you could possibly close? I have an actual ROI calculated here based on all of the information we pulled. And your next question might be, where'd you get this information? Well, we have several companies that are using Motivity. And with Motivity, we cannot see the actual loans that are closing, but we can pull information based on the loan officers using Mortgage Coach versus the ones not using Mortgage Coach. And what we can look at is how many credit pulls have you had and how many loans have you closed. So based on that information and pulling from several different loan officers, that is where we have pulled our information. Now, let's ask a few questions here. I want to try to get your guys' because I want it kind of realistic to you. So on average, does anyone in here know approximately how many credit pulls that they pulled this year so far? So this year up to this point, how many credit pulls, just an average number, do you think that you pulled this year? So thanks, Mark. 250. And I won't share your information on here as far as your name, but Mark pulled around 250. Do you know how many loans you've closed year to date? And he has closed 57 loans. So based on that, he has lost about 93 loans. Now we're going to take 75% out, which is 144 of those loans, just not fundable. Does that sound about right? Perfect. And he said yes. So now he has loans in here. He has about 48 loan opportunities that he missed out on. And you can share, you can, if not, it's up to you, but I know it's kind of personal, but average profit per loan. Do you know what your average profit per loan is? So I want to work where you work. He has 37,500. So based off of what we found, total revenue gain opportunity, $180,000, 25%. So total gross revenue, about $45,000 more Mark would be able to make if he's showing the presentation to every single client. So that is what we want you to show, is the reason why, because I know you're given several different tools to be able to use. So why would you choose one tool over another? For me, because I was a loan officer, it was what's going to make me money. And we do have the research now that shows, based on this, that you can be making more money. And Mark, are you ready for that, that increase in pay? And he put, yes, double exclamation point. So I do have some questions. And at this time, if you have any other questions that you want to ask, and we're trying to keep these under 20 minutes, half an hour at most. So each and every call will be kept really short during this series. So if you have any questions, go ahead and throw them in there. So this is a question based on the scenarios. So I'm going to email you over. I'll email you a presentation to watch on what to do when you don't have all the information. And okay, great question. So how can I update an existing TCA but keep the original for the cross-reference? So when you go into your presentation, this really works if you have less than 4 products. So you can go into that presentation, and maybe you know that FHA is the one that you want to update. Come to the end of that FHA loan, and you could do one of two things. You could save it as a template here by clicking Save as a Template, and you could even put the client's name in here. I believe this is Bob Smith. And clicking on OK. Now when I move over to the next template to build the next one, I can just go in and add another product, put updated, or name it the name, copy, or not copy from, add from template, and let's find Bob Smith. Now when I go in, I make my updates, then I can go into my analysis screen, or my presentation screen, sorry, and turn off that first original loan. So this updated one is now that new loan, so it's really easy to do once you understand the system. And then, is there a 30-day? Jeff, I'm going to have someone reach out to you. So we'll have someone reach out to you. So that is all I have for you today. Now, each and every day we will have different trainings, and each training is a very focused training just like this was. And what we have coming up this week, tomorrow is all about that move up buyer strategy. Then we have the open house, maximizing reinvestment, and the MI option. Remember, each of these classes you do need to sign up separately for. So if there is one on that list that you really need, go ahead and sign up for that individual class, and then we'll be able to hopefully help you out and move you forward so you are using Mortgage Coach every single day, and you can totally give yourself a pay raise. You don't need your boss giving it to you. So thanks for your time. I totally appreciate it. I hope that you guys pulled something away from here, and have a great productive week. Bye-bye.